Ну що, починаємо. Morning everyone, welcome to my another day as a software engineer in Ukraine. Today will be a very busy and hectic day because it's the first day after my vacation. So, our agenda is firstly to prepare myself for it, secondly move to work, and thirdly work and work. And lastly, today I'm going to see an art exhibition about the war where, spoiler, I will damage Putin's head by a hammer. So yeah, stay in tune, let me guide you throughout my day. By the way, it's a little hard for me to do any type of movements because I fell a dozen of times on the wakeboard yesterday. It was quite painful. So I think my motto for today is be still. My typical day starts from reading. After finishing a book about Will Smith, post-scripted, I have a video with my review of it. I started a book about Elizabeth Holmes and her company Theranos. I'm currently in the middle of it, but I already hate her type of leading a company and her attitude to other people. I guess she has a lack of soft skills. Speaking of her, Elizabeth is slated to be sentenced on 26 September after being found guilty of defrauding investors, according to a court filing. She faces up to 20 years in prison for the charges, but will probably receive far fewer, according to experts, given her lack of criminal history. After reading, I decided to elevate my working day by working. So last week I had a vacation, which means I have a big bunch of PRs which I need to review. As I said earlier, I'm an expert of a course where I teach Ruby and Ruby on Rails, and finally we are on finish line. Last day of our apprenticeship will be on the 9th of September, which means I will be a free bird when this video is uploaded. Finally, I'm so happy that this is finishing. So, for my breakfast I prepared chia. I love it because it's so easy to make. You only need 10 minutes a day and a refrigerator. The main idea is to mix milk with seeds and put it for several hours into refrigerator to swell. Finally, I changed my clothes, took my meal for lunch, and I'm ready to go to the office. Fun moment, as soon as we parked our car and needed to go up to the workplace, in that exact moment, air raid siren started.
Увага, оголошена повітряна тривога. Всім пройти в найближче укриття.
When it starts, we are not allowed to enter the office, hence we must stay in parked till the end of it. During the war, my company occupied a tiny corner in the parking and put there a bunch of chairs and a water tank. So yeah, I have no choice other than just sit here. So first thing that I need to do is to go through emails in Outlook and Gmail, and along with all messages in Slack. After a while, the air raid siren ended and our guard said that we could go upstairs. Okie dokie guards, I won't resist. Ultimately, I came to my lovely workplace. I was missing it a little bit. As for today, I will need to conduct several meetings like daily meeting and an interview, and also visit a Scrums meeting. For your information, the Scrums is a time-boxed session in which a representative from each team shares high-level updates on their respective team's work and articulates their progress and impediments. After 2 hours of work, my brain started to collapse. It's so hard to think after vacation. So yeah, I decided to relax somehow and went to playroom where we have table tennis. I was playing it a lot when I was a child, but now it's a rare type of activity in my life. So yes, I can easily lose around. 15 minutes later, siren started again, and we went to parking. Where I conducted an interview with a person from Bulgaria. It's the first time I'm doing it in English, so it was kinda an exciting thing to do. And eventually my working day has finished, and we can visit an art exhibition regarding the war with the name Non-Acceptance, which in Ukrainian неприйняття. The non-acceptance charity exhibition is designed to show the 5 stages of accepting a shocking change: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Each hall is a separate stage. I want to share with you several exhibits, ideas of which I like the most. First one, Putin with penis nose. This exhibit lays in an anger hall. I guess the person who created this hates and disrespects Putin so much. So do I. Thus, he decided to add penis instead of human nose, which is kinda fun, but Putin fully deserves it. By the way, also in this room we can see a lot of little cartoons where Putin dies in different circumstances. I will show you several. Next one, a bed. The bed locates in the depression hole, and the idea of it that when the war started, most of us were laying in the bed for 10 hours a day and were constantly reading news. I can relate it. I remember that during the first months I was waking up several times per night in order to read some news. I was reading and crying and so on in a circle. Incidentally, when was the first launch of this exhibition, in the bed was laying a real person with a phone. But then they decided to avoid this because it hurts so much. Another one, vacuum desires. Each object in these packages is real dreams of some people. For example, this must mean that a person wanted to enroll in an acting course, but because of the war he decided to postpone it. Another person wanted to buy new sneakers, or a couple wanted to have a wedding. But all this didn't happen. And the last one. They also added another hole aside the list. Last hole is named Action. The idea of it is that during the war there were so many unbelievable actions which we did as a nation. We collected money for Bayraktar, we did a lot of volunteer work, we are doing everything in order to have freedom, and finally to get rid of Russian Federation. In the video that you see, people who vacuumed their dreams before evolved them in real life, which is fantastic. And this is what we need to do. Our life is so precious. We need to be thankful for every single moment of it. And lastly, a cherry on the cake. Our creator prepared for us a Putin's bust that we can demolish. What I certainly did, without the backward glance. I had an opportunity to break Putin's nose, and it was such a pleasure to do.
Знімаємо.
So yeah, friend, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Slava Ukraini!